Adam.
And I'm Joe.
And together we are the Maladjusted Misfits.
And this is the one where we talk about friends. Adam, look what I got.
Is that a duck? Oh, hell no.
It's just a duck. Adam! Adam!
Welcome, Misfits, and hello to any new Friends fans that have stumbled across our podcast.
Every week we rewatch the next episode in sequential order because that makes the most sense.
And we break it down.
And look up trivia.
And give our own maladjusted take on the whole kind of like a chandelier, but not episode.
And we try and make each other laugh.
And fingers crossed, one of you too.
Yeah. He doesn't do that opening until after I've taken my notes, so it does make me laugh every time. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm all right.
Somebody had their birthday.
Yeah, another year older.
Another year older.
But we had a nice time.
Yeah.
I went to the head spa. Not the spa that you're thinking. It's not that kind of head spa. But a spa, you know.
You went to a spa.
I went to a spa that just massages your hair and your head.
Uh-huh.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah.
And then we went out to eat.
Yep.
We went fancy out to eat.
A fancy dinner.
Yep.
Got all dressed up.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. You always make my birthday special.
I try.
Aww. All right, what are we doing this week?
This week we're doing the one with Rachel's new dress.
Her new dress.
Yeah.
What is our IMDb episode plot?
Rachel has an awkward encounter with Joshua's parents. Phoebe is offered the chance to name one of the triplets, and Ross becomes paranoid when Emily goes to London with Susan.
Ross is paranoid?
What?
Our episode director is returning, Gail Mancuso.
Aw, Gail.
I think I've mentioned before, she directed a total of 14 episodes. She has a few more this season, and then 5 and 6, but then she won't be back.
Oh, okay.
But in 2019, she directed a movie. Okay. I put it in quotes.
Right.
Friends 25th, the one with the anniversary.
Oh.
Basically, it was just scenes from 4 iconic episodes. And so a lot of people were pissed off about that. Especially in the Netherlands, there was a record number of complaints about the misadvertising of calling it a movie.
Oh, so they actually advertised it as a 25th anniversary Friends movie. It was just scenes put together for the show.
Yeah.
Nice.
So in the Netherlands, the 3 largest Dutch cinema chains decided they had to refund tickets nationwide for everyone who saw the quote-unquote movie because they were super disappointed.
Right. And these are the same people that complained about the Toblerone getting shortened.
I think that was the Scottish Parliament that got involved, but same general area. We have a lot of episode writers because we have teleplay by and then also story credits. So Jill Condon has a teleplay by credit. She was back later this season.
Okay.
Prior to Friends, she wrote for a show called The Boys Are Back.
The Boys Are Back.
Middle-aged couple Fred and Jackie Hansen must deal with the reverse of empty nest syndrome when their 2 adult sons move back in with them, one with his family also in tow.
Nice.
Starring Hal Linden, Suzanne Plachette, which we know from Newhart. And George Newbern, who plays Yeti. I mean, Danny, in later episodes. The other teleplay by credit is Amy Tooman Strauss. She and Jill worked on a lot of the same projects as writers, and she also wrote for The Boys Are Back.
Aw, friends leading to friendships.
Yeah. And then Andrew Reich and Ted Cohen have a story by credit, and they both will be here through the end of the series. And also both because they were executive producers by the end of the show. So,
nice.
Yeah. What was our original air date?
All right. Original air date, April 2nd, 1998.
Okay.
Only 2 new movies entered the top 10 box office that weekend. The Bruce Willis, Alec Baldwin flick Mercury Rising.
Oh, yeah.
Where shadowy elements in the NSA target a 9-year-old autistic savant for death when he is able to decipher a top-secret code.
It was good, funny. I mean, yeah. It's an implausible plot, but it's good.
Right. It's a very 90s thriller.
Yeah.
It's not top tier, but it's enjoyable.
Right.
And Titanic was finally dethroned from its #1 position by a movie starring one of our friends, Matt LeBlanc.
Oh, Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah.
What movie was he in?
The movie also stars Mimi Rogers, Heather Graham, William Hurt, and Sir Gary Oldman. That's right, it's the 90s update of Lost in Space.
I forgot about that movie. It's such an eclectic group of people.
Yeah.
Like Mimi Rogers, Heather Graham, William Hurt, Gary Oldman.
Right.
And Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah.
All right. We'll have to watch that one.
I enjoyed that one.
Okay.
I didn't hate it.
Well, maybe we'll watch it as one of our
Well, we'll have
Joey
to watch it
movies.
because, yeah.
He's not in very many movies, is he?
No. We could do that or Ed.
All right. Are you ready for some trivia?
Yeah.
All right. So Matthew Perry's actual dad, John Bennett Perry, plays Joshua's dad in this episode.
Yes.
Yeah. Chandler mentions that the only true famous Joey is Joey Buttafuoco, who had an affair with an underage girl 18 years younger than him named Amy Fisher, who ended up shooting his wife in the face, which is why Joey says, yeah, he really hurt us.
Yeah.
The scandal was a tabloid sensation about 5 years before this episode actually aired.
Right. I remember the tabloid, like I know that Joey Buttafuoco.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember what he was.
I couldn't remember either.
I know he did something.
Right. Stupid
dicky.
And bad. Yeah. Monica only appears in 2 scenes in this episode. She has no storyline. She's just there in the background. She's not even there in the background. She's just in 2 scenes. Monica mentions she was uncomfortable picking out other people's sex clothes. Remember when Rachel asked which lingerie to wear for Joshua's date?
Yes.
But later on, she's okay with asking others to do the same for her. In season 8, the one with the birthing video, she asks Phoebe, but is interrupted by Ross.
Well, she knows Phoebe's into it.
Oh, okay.
So she has a problem with it, but she knows it's kind of Phoebe's
It's okay,
thing.
Phoebe. All right. And in Joshua's parents' house, there's a bust against the one wall.
Yeah.
And in a few shots, the eyes glow red.
Oh.
It is unknown why this happens. I looked it up. I tried to find out.
Oh.
Nobody says there was a reason. It could have been. What reminded me is we were shopping this weekend and we saw aisles and aisles of Halloween decorations. They grabbed this bus thinking it would look rich.
Right.
And then the eyes glowed when you walk by. That's my guess.
Hi, this is Editing Adam back again. That was Joe's guess as far as the bust was concerned, and it's probably not too far off. She wanted me to go back and check it out, though. It does have red light-up eyes, and it is inconsistently turned off during some parts of the scene. My guess is that during some of the close-ups of Rachel talking, it's right behind her, and it was probably distracting in those shots, and they're like, turn that off, and they just didn't reshoot the rest of the stuff around it. But it is creepy, though, and it's a bust of Zeus or Odysseus or somebody, I don't know, but for some reason it has red eyes in it, and it's terrifying.
So what were your episode reactions?
Lots going on in this one. I mean, there's baby names and London dates and bird phobias and lingerie, and Ross is not dating Rachel, but is back to being jealous. I mean, it may not be a great episode, but it's fun, and it moves along in a nice clip.
It sure does. It's a solid episode. The baby naming is funny, mostly because Chandler at the end.
Yes.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
And dinner with Josh and meeting his parents, also funny.
Yeah.
But the mom is kind of a bee.
Well, yeah.
When she says, I gave you that $500 for groceries. I mean, overall, it's funny, but I know I left Ross out, but him whining, while funny, not my favorite part of the episode. So let's do our favorites.
So, okay. What's your favorite line?
I have to go with Alice, even though she's only in the one scene. And we say this all the time.
Yeah.
And we even say the line before just to hear this line.
Yeah.
When she says she's going to name the other baby Frank
Right.
Jr., and Chandler says, wouldn't that be Frank the Third?
Right.
And she whips around and goes, don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Yes.
And then we also say that you think about it a lot too.
You think about it. Yeah, that's why I say when we don't agree with what the person said. You think about
it. What's your favorite?
I'm going to go with the one you just didn't like.
Oh, no.
Joshua's mother, Mrs. Bergen, who said, well, Joshua, that $500 was for groceries.
Oh, it's so mean.
It's so mean.
All right, favorite moment. I already gave mine away because I said I got to go with Chandler when he goes, ha. At the end when Phoebe chooses Chandler for the baby name. So manipulative.
Right.
And funny. So funny.
So funny.
Yeah.
Right.
He rounds on him so fast.
See, that's what I think Phoebe's doing a lot of the time.
Yeah.
That's how I think she's messing with him. But, yeah, it's good to see somebody doing that. And
right.
like, what are you going to do? Tell her? I don't think so. But, yeah, I think that was the best moment of the episode. But I went with farm birds.
Right.
From Joshua being way too freaked out to Joey thinking they knocked on the door. I like the whole little crazy bird section they got going there.
I like when he goes, how did you do that? All right, favorite outfit. It is not going to be Carol's monochromatic baby blue pantsuit. Although it fits her nicely, it's just not good.
No, it's like one of those leisure suits you see on guys in 1970s movies. I think Hyman Roth wears that exact same suit in The Godfather Part 2.
But I do like Rachel's date dress, the one she wears when they start dinner at her apartment, that long black dress.
Yes.
But it has like a silver lining to it. It's really pretty.
Yes.
What about you?
Agreed. Well, I'm going to say it quick and then we'll move along. Rachel's lingerie.
I could have wrote that in for you. All right, themes we explored in this episode. Theme number 1, choosing a baby name.
Choosing a baby name.
We did not get to choose our baby names.
We did one, sort of.
Yeah. We adopted them when they were 2 or 3, and we didn't want to change their names because it was like, well, you already know your name.
Right.
But then we started calling them nicknames, and then...
By the time the adoption rolled around,
yeah, the girl kid was like, I'm not answering to this name anymore.
Right.
I'm only going to answer to this name that you gave me.
Right.
So we legally had it changed. But yeah.
Theme 2, jealous of your girlfriend going somewhere with your ex-wife's wife.
That's the sentence you never thought you'd have to say, but there you have it. Theme 3, being afraid of barnyard animals. We watch a lot of YouTube videos where people will like scream and run from chickens.
Yeah. It's like, what's up with that?
I've never had a chicken come after me, but okay.
No, I think I would just stand there.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
6 feet tall. It's like not even a foot.
And theme 4, lingerie.
Oh, it's coming back. All right, we're going to take a quick break before we break down the episode.
So, any word from Susan?
Oh, yeah. She said she's having so much fun with Emily.
By the way, did she ever occur to you that, I don't know, maybe they might be having a little too much fun?
What's too much fun?
You know, the kind of fun you and Susan had when we were married. Kind of fun.
Ew, don't say that. And oh my God, you are so paranoid.
Am I?
Yes.
Am I?
Yes.
Am I?
For fuck's sake, yes. I can't speak for Rachel, but Susan is in a loving, committed relationship.
It's Emily, actually. But anyway, Carol, so were we. All right, let's just imagine for a moment. Susan meets someone and they really hit it off. You know, say they're coming back from the theater and they stop at a pub for a couple of drinks and they're laughing, you know, and someone, Susie, not so innocently touches the other party. There's electricity. It's new. It's exciting. It's the opposite of me in doorknobs and museums. Are you telling me there isn't even the slightest possibility of something happening?
Maybe.
Oh my God, I didn't really even believe it till you just said it!
That's it. I'm gonna go date Emily. Seduce her right up.
Oh, no, please don't.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
We start the cold open at Central Perk. Joey and Chandler are there, and Phoebe enters carrying a drum. Phoebe comes in excited and greets the boys with a hey. Chandler says, hey, and adds, wow, it is true what they say. Pregnant bellies look like a drum.
They do.
Phoebe gives an unenthusiastic, ha ha.
She did not care for that joke.
No. And she sits down on the couch next to Joey. She explains that, no, I'm just so pregnant that my guitar doesn't fit anymore. So I thought till I'm not, I'm just going to play all my songs on the drum. It sounds really cool. And Phoebe demonstrates. Listen.
Mm-hmm.
And she sings, smelly cat, what are they feeding you? And I love Joey's head shaking while she's playing, like he's really getting into it.
Yeah.
Joey says, wow, Phoebes, that sounds great.
I would have liked a couple reaction shots from the other Perk patrons. Like, why is that lady playing a drum in the coffee house?
In the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Phoebe, who has no issues with self-confidence, says, I know, and I've only been playing for like an hour.
Oh my God.
Then Alice comes into the cafe and says, Phoebe, hi. I like how Alice never says something once. She says it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Phoebe greets Alice and asks her what she's doing there. Like, you never come here. What the fuck?
You just pop in.
Alice says she's there to ask her a big favor. And Phoebe, taking advantage of being the surrogate, says, oh, well, don't tell me you want to keep more of your stuff in my uterus. Alice laughs and says, no. Okay, see, I want to name the girl baby Leslie.
Okay.
And Frank wants to name one of the boy babies Frank Jr. Jr. And Chandler asks, wouldn't that just be Frank the Third? Alice responds with a tone, don't get me started.
Yikes. How many times do you think she's had that conversation with him so far?
Yeah, at least 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
At least, yeah. She turns back to Phoebe and says, anyway, since there are 3 babies and we both got to put in our names, we would be truly honored if you named the other boy baby. Phoebe goes, wow, that is so great. Oh, Cougar.
You think about it. Alice insists.
Yeah, it's not like a reflection. It's like, no, we're not going with that name.
Yeah.
And eek, isn't that what you call an older woman married to a much younger man?
So you're a cougar.
Yeah, no, 1 year difference doesn't count.
I am a cougar. Mason Elementary alum. Go Cougars.
Q, I'll be there for you.
All right, so now we're at Ross's apartment. Ross is sitting on the divan, flipping through the magazines as Emily enters, saying, I left my bra drying on the shower rod. You don't think your son will think it's yours and be horribly traumatized? And Ross suggests, hey, if mommy can have a wife, daddy can have a bra.
That's fair.
Yeah, sure. Emily checks the time and groans, oh, it's time to go. But Ross argues, that clock's a little fast. We still have 17 minutes. And then he thinks, what can we do in 17 minutes? Twice. And Emily says, well, that's a little ambitious.
She hasn't heard about the night of 5 times.
Yet. But I'm more quality over quantity myself.
Yeah, that's true.
They start kissing, but are interrupted by a knock at the door. And Ross, liking the kissing, is like, you can ignore that. And Emily gasps, that's Carol with your son. And Ross reasons that when he's older, he'll understand.
Ew.
Yeah.
It's like asking your dad if he ever turned off porn.
That time you took a long time getting to the door, is this because you were with that British girl? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Carol is getting impatient and calls for Ross as she knocks now. So Ross gives in, yelling, he'll be right there. But he doesn't want to answer the door, but he finally gets up and lets Carol and Susan and Ben into the apartment. There are greetings and niceties before Susan says, hey, it's so nice to finally meet you. And Emily's like, me too. And Carol tells Emily that Susan is going to be shooting a commercial in London next week. And Susan admits that she is so excited she's never been there. It was very nice.
Oh, I liked it very much.
Emily offers to show Susan around. And Susan thinks that would be great. Also, she was hoping to catch a show if you could make any suggestions. And Emily lights up. There's tons of terrific stuff. I'll go with you. And then Ross spins around and bumps the luggage into Susan because inside his brain, he just heard Susan ask Emily on a date right in front of him. And Emily said yes. Susan takes the hit playfully, as Ross says. Look at you two bonding, making us late for the airport. So I like that Emily knows something's wrong with Ross right away.
Why are you acting like?
Yeah, she's like, are you all right? Susan explains, oh, he's fine. It's just that us getting along is very difficult for him because he doesn't like me. And Ross starts to object, going, oh, come on. And then he figures, why be coy, and says, that's true.
I do like how he says, that's true.
It is true.
So now we're at Chandler and Joey's. Joey and Chandler are playing foosball.
It starts with just this little cut scene of them playing foosball, but you go ahead and describe it.
Thanks. Yeah, the boys are playing on the same side against no one, and somehow they lose. And Chandler asks, how did we lose?
I don't know.
Then Phoebe enters and says hi to the boys again.
Yeah, and the Magnadoodle is there, and it has the word work written on it, and then it has the little cross-out circle over it. So as if to say, no work.
No work. The boys greet her with Hayes, and Chandler asks, do we have a baby name yet? Phoebe sighs, no. This is hard. I went through this whole book, holds up a baby naming book, and found nothing. I want a name that's really like, strong and confident. Like Exxon.
Exxon.
And Chandler points out, well, it certainly worked for that Valdez kid. Which is a joke regarding the Exxon Valdez oil spill.
Yep.
The tanker's name was Exxon Valdez, was named after the town of Valdez, Alaska. But the spill was one of the most significant environmental disasters in U.S. history. And occurred on March 24th, 1989. It spilled 11 million gallons of crude oil into the pristine waters, impacting 1,300 miles of coastline and causing significant harm to wildlife and the local ecosystem. That's a sad name.
Yes. My name is Exxon Valdez Buffet.
Not a name that you want to name a person. So Joey goes, ooh, Phoebe, you want a strong name? How about the Hulk?
Worked for that Banner kid.
Phoebe says, no, I'm not sure about the Hulk, but I like the idea of a name starting with the.
My name is the Exxon Valdez Buffet.
Joey gets excited and says, ooh, you want a good name? Go with Joey. Joey's your pal. Joey's your buddy. Where is everybody? They're hanging out with Joey. Chandler, seeing what Joey is up to, jumps in and says, hey, you know what? If you're going to do that, if you're going to name him Joey, you should name him Chandler. Phoebe wrinkles her nose. She doesn't think so. Oh, come on. Chandler's funny, sophisticated. He's also very lovable once you get to know him.
I like the asterisks he adds on there.
Yeah, right.
Chandler, funny, sophisticated, and lovable. Once you get to know him, batteries not included, not available in Florida.
I want to be not available in Florida. So Joey points out, oh, well, hey, Joey's lovable too, but the thing about Joey is, if you need him, he'll be there. Chandler also pushes, well, Chandler will be there for you too. I mean, well, he might be a little late, but he'll be there and he'll bring you some cold soda if what you need him for is that you're really hot.
And then you're really hot. Yeah. He could be there for that.
Joey and Chandler are kneeling by the Barca Lounger. Phoebe is sitting and Joey pushes, what do you say? What do you say? Phoebe hesitates and says, well, I like the idea of naming him after someone I love. And Joey and Chandler are great names. They both stare at her, nodding. But I don't. Maybe I'll just name him the Hulk. Joey whines. I knew I shouldn't have mentioned it. That's what I wanted to name my kid.
All right, we're at Monica and Rachel's. Monica is doing some food prep, and Rachel emerges from her bedroom holding some sexy clothes on hangers, asking, Monica, if you were hoping to sleep with Joshua for the first time tonight, which one of these would you want to be wearing? And Monica is like, could you try them on for me? And Rachel is like, sure thing, sexy bean.
Okay, stop.
Oh, fine. Really, Monica says, it really creeps me out choosing other people's sex clothes. And Rachel apologizes. She's just so excited. I've been waiting for this for months. I got my hair colored. I got new sheets. Ooh. I'm making him a very fancy meal.
What's the new sheets make you go ew for?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's more, these sheets are so dirty that I need new ones for a guy to come over.
I think it was like, I want them to be crisp and new.
Either way. She says she's making a very fancy meal, and Monica groans at that last one because Monica's really cooking, and Rachel asks, what am I making him, by the way? And Mon says, you're making him a frisee salad with goat cheese, pine nuts, wild rice, roast asparagus, and salmon en croûte. And Rachel thought she was making him filet mignon. But Monica explains, yeah, you were, but you decided to make salmon because you had some left over at the restaurant. And then you realized that if you bitched about it, you would stop cooking and you would have to make your famous baked potato Diet Coke. And Rachel goes, wow, I get really crabby when I cook.
Then we have a couple cut lines. Mm-hmm. And Monica asks, why are you going through all this trouble anyway? He's a guy. You could actually serve the potato and he'd still want to have sex with you. Rachel goes, yeah, well, that is not how I operate.
That's right. Subterfuge and lies. Instead of reality and truth. That is how she operates.
That's right.
And I could go for a baked potato right now.
Now we're back at Chandler and Joey's.
This time, the edited out foosball joke is that Joey and Chandler are playing foosball on the same team again, while Phoebe is reading, and she casually turns one of the handles on the other side and makes a goal. And then Chandler complains, we gotta get a new game.
So they're both playing on the same side, and Phoebe's mindlessly turning the foosball handle and wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. So Ross enters with a hey. Joey and Chandler reciprocate with hays. Ross says, so, Emily called last night. Chandler sounding jokingly irritated. And now you're giving me the message? Ross does a little annoyed turn away from Chandler.
Right, everybody's giving him attitude this
week. Turns out that Emily is just crazy about Susan. Yeah, they're going to the theater together. They're going to dinner. They're going horseback riding. Phoebe points out, God, Susan is so fun.
She does sound fun. I mean...
Ross goes, look at this. Look. This is just a little too familiar, okay? Mm-hmm. For like 6 months before Carol and I split up, all I heard was, my friend Susan is so smart. My friend Susan is so funny. My friend Susan is so great.
Susan is all of those things.
She is. And Chandler seriously asks, do you actually think that something can happen between Emily and Susan? Ross points out, hey, they're going to the gym together. 2 women stretching. You know, they take a steam together, things get a little playful. Didn't you see Personal Best? Joey says, no, but I'm gonna.
Me too.
You even looked it up. Chandler interrupts and goes, you're crazy, okay? This is Emily. Emily is straight. Mm-hmm. Ross goes, how do you know?
Well, I'm going by the number of rugby players she is dating.
I mean, we thought Carol was straight before I married her, but yeah, it was you, Ross. Oh. Phoebe points out, yeah, I definitely don't like the name Ross.
That is amazing. I like the build argument. She just, I don't like the name Ross.
So I had to look up the name Ross.
Oh, you had to?
Yeah, I had to, because I haven't looked anything up in a while. So its Scottish roots give it the definition of promontory or headline, stemming from the Gaelic term ros, meaning the same. Mm-hmm. Additionally, the name Ross is linked to the color red. Isn't that funny?
Oh, yeah.
As it originated from the Old Norse word ror, which translates to red. It can also be a family name for people of Scottish descent, which is weird because they're Jewish.
Yes.
But anyway.
They're Scot Jewish.
Scot Jewish, okay. Ross says, what a weird way to kick me when I'm down.
Which I also love.
It was a good line. And Phoebe says, no, I meant for the baby. Like, that makes it better. Right. Ross goes, what's wrong with Ross? Well, you know, it's just something that, like, this would never happen to the Hulk, you know? Ross goes, actually, that's not true. The Incredible Hulk, number 72, Dr. Bruce Banner found, and he sees everyone staring at him and stops. Ugh, Never mind. My girlfriend's a lesbian and he leaves.
I keep dating lesbians.
So Phoebe goes, so I decided I'm definitely going with either Joey or Chandler. Joey goes, oh, you gotta pick Joey. I mean, name one famous person named Chandler.
Raymond Chandler.
That's true. And I looked him up, too.
Yeah, but that's a last name. So I don't think that counts.
But Raymond Chandler is an American novelist, writer of crime fiction featuring the private detective Philip Marlowe. Mm-hmm. Raymond Muriel Chandler.
Really?
No, his middle name was Thornton.
No.
But your face was funny.
Your face was funny.
He was born in Chicago, spent some time in Hollywood as a screenwriter, contributing to Billy Wilder's Double Indemnity, 1944. You love that movie.
Yeah.
And the film noir classic, The Blue Dahlia, 1946, and Alfred Hitchcock's Stranger on a Train, 1951.
Crisscross.
That's right, crisscross.
Crisscross.
So Joey shouts, someone you didn't make up? Chandler points out, okay, there are no famous Joeys except for Joey Buttafuoco.
No.
Joey laments, yeah, that guy really hurt us. But that's not true. There are some famous Joeys and Joes.
Okay.
There's Joey Ramone, Joey Lauren Adams, Joey King, recently in Bullet Train.
Joey Heatherton from Crybaby, Joe Pesci, Joe Mantegna.
And Joe McIntyre from New Kids on the Block. And the other group had a Joey too. I think it's Fatone from NSYNC.
Sure.
There's lots of Joeys.
Yeah, half of those are girls, but so what?
It is a cute name for a girl. Phoebe says, well, how about a compromise then, okay? What if it's like Chanoe?
Oh.
That's almost as bad as Phoebo.
It could be Chandler Joey Buffet.
Yeah, that would be good too. Chandler pushes further. Okay, look, Joey, come on, think about it. First of all, he'll never be president. There's never going to be a President Joey. Oh. Well, not everyone can predict the future like The Simpsons, but...
Well, I wouldn't rule it out. If we do get a President Joey, he'll probably spell it with a G.
Well, we had Joe Biden, but he didn't go by Joey.
No.
But he was Joe.
I'm starting to feel like you're picking sides, Joe.
Joey starts to get righteous and says, all right, look, man, I didn't want to bring this up, but Chandler is the stupidest name I've ever heard in my life. It's not even a name. It's barely even a word, okay? It's kind of like chandelier, but it's not.
And then a quick cut line of Joey's, he says, and then you put it together with Bing and forget about it.
It's a stupid non-name. Chandler gets sad. Wow, you're right. I have a horrible name. And Joey, feeling somewhat badly, goes over to comfort Chandler and says, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. And Chandler goes, okay.
And I love that he just whips around
to Phoebe and goes, so I guess it's Joey then.
So I guess it's Joey. We landed on Joey, right? All right, back to Monica and Rachel's. Rachel and Joshua are finally having a nice dinner together. Joshua even says, this is so nice. Thank you for doing this.
Aw.
And Rachel blows that off and lies, cooking soothes me. And they smooch it up before Rachel lets out a happy sigh and says, so dig in. And Joshua thinks, oh, it all looks so good. And Rachel takes a bite and is that what is supposed to be our own cooking? And Joshua OMGs. And Rachel takes it as a compliment and responds with, oh, I know, God, this rice is so good. I am so good. But that's not why Joshua was OMGing. And he points saying, behind you, and the terrifying bird farm animals are lurching in a menacing way around the apartment.
No, they're not.
Well, inside Joshua's mind, the farm birds are lurching in a menacing way around the apartment. And Rach sees the rooster and duck and is like, oh yeah, sorry, they used to live here. Sometimes they migrate back over. And Joshua gets up and backs away from the birds, like a Marine, before saying, is there some way they cannot be here? Farm birds kind of freak me out. And Rachel agrees to get the birds out, but looks at him kind of crazy. I mean, they aren't fish.
Right. Fish freak Rachel out.
Right. They're not drums or tarantulas.
Or farm birds.
No. Rachel corrals the birds into the hall as Joshua jumps on the counter to avoid them. And once inside the hall, Rachel knocks on Joey's door and heads back into the apartment. And Joey answers the door. And upon seeing his birds, asks him, hey, how'd you do that? Come on in. Oh, back to the date. Rachel asks, farm birds, huh? And Joshua states, yeah, well, it's my only weird thing, I swear. And I would have told you, I just didn't know they'd be here in an apartment in Manhattan. And they both sit back down, and Rachel starts to get back to dinner, but Joshua is still being weird, so Rachel's like, what the fuck? And Joshua, still nervous, mutters, nothing, it's just that I know that they're still out there. And Rachel's like, calm down, bird boy, they're across the hall. I mean, that's 2 doors away. It'd take them a long time to peck their way over here. Joshua does not think that's funny.
I thought it was funny.
And Rachel then suggests something that would never occur to me once that I have started eating dinner. Would you feel better if we went someplace else? We could pack all this stuff up and go to your apartment. For a duck? Wouldn't it just be easier to break up now?
Once he finds out you can't cook, it's all downhill from there.
Right. Joshua explains they can't do that because his place is a total mess. Sounds like a lie. I'm staying at my parents' house. We could go there. Rachel's like, your parents? But I had 6 clothes picked out and everything. And Joshua says they're out of town, so she's a little bit back on board now.
That's right.
And Joshua continues, yep, it's this huge place. It's got a view of the park. It's very, very romantic. What do you say? And Rachel agrees with yeah, that works. And then he moves to kiss her, but stops as the deafening roar of the duck quack stops him. Joshua then whines. They can smell fear, you know. No, they can't, you big baby. That's dogs and bees.
And bears, too, I think.
Well, it's horses and rats, too, but it's not flapping ducks.
So we're at Ross's apartment. Carol has come to pick up Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Ross and Carol greet each other with haze, and she asks, how's Ben? And Ross points out, well, I asked him if he wanted to eat. He said no. I asked him if he wanted to sleep. He said no. I asked him what he wanted to do. He said no. So he's sleeping. And toddler Ben is playing with a broom and a dustpan.
Sounds like the girl kid, only without landing on the broom.
Yeah. Carol greets Ben and goes to get a drink, and Ross asks, so, any word from Susan? Carol says, oh, yeah, she's having so much fun with Emily. Ross paranoidly asks, but did she ever occur to you that, I don't know, maybe they may be having a little too much fun? She's like, what's too much fun? You know, the kind of fun you and Susan had when we were married? You are so paranoid. Am I? Yes. Am I? I can't speak for Emily, but Susan is in a loving, committed relationship. Ross points out, Carol, so were we.
And she was like, yeah, but I was gay.
Then he takes us on a journey. All right, just imagine for a moment that Susie meets someone from a foreign land with a great accent, and they really hit it off. For shits and giggles, they're coming back from the theater, and they stop for a couple of drinks. They're tipsy and laughing. Someone innocently touches someone else. There's electricity. Mm-hmm. There are new tingles down where ladies tingle.
Oh, goodness. Are
you telling me that there isn't even the slightest possibility of something happening? Carol sighs. Maybe. Oh, my God. I really didn't believe it until you just said it.
And she's thinking, I'm glad we're divorced.
I'm glad I don't have to listen to this all the time.
All right. So
you
now...
wrote that in there. I did not write that in there.
Now we're at Joshua's parents' apartment. Rachel and Joshua are walking in as Joshua attempts to defend his odd phobia. And even though none of the kids believe me, I swear that duck pushed me. Rachel, who was locked in on the duck story, goes, wow, this place is fabulous. Joshua's like, yeah, let me show you around. This is the downstairs living room. And Rachel's like, there's 2 living rooms? Growing up here, this place must have been a real babe magnet. And Josh kind of agrees, it would have, but my parents just moved here. And Rachel explains, you know, this place would have been a real babe magnet. Want to make out? And they start kissing. Now, prior to this episode, I did not know that parents' houses could be a turn-on. Joe?
No.
You weren't into my parents' house?
Nope. Mm-mm. Were you into mine?
No.
All right. Of course, we grew up in the hood, so that says a lot.
But still, I think it's weird. I'd be like, I'm not kissing you now. You acted like you were in it for the house. Joshua, playing off the making out theme, has an idea. why don't I put the food in the fridge and we can eat that later?
Ooh.
And Rachel thinks, that sounds like a plan. Is there a place where I can go freshen up? And Joshua points her down the hall, second door to her left. She's like, okay. And Rachel exits stage right as Joshua goes to put the food away. And that is when his parents walk in. Mrs. Bergen enters with oh, hi, darling. And Josh is like, Mom, Dad, what are you guys doing here? I'm totally about to score. And Mr. Bergen admits that we cut the trip short. You pointed out that This is John Bennett Perry, Matthew Perry's father, who's been around and stuff forever, but he was also the Old Spice sailor in the 70s.
Aww.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that, but that's cool.
So he says, yeah, could France be any more suckier? And Joshua tells him, this may be a little weird, but I got a date here. And the France hater's like, well, we'll just grab some food, take it right upstairs, we'll be out of your hair. And Josh is like, that would be great, before asking, did you even get to Italy? And Mr. B snaps, yep, sucks.
Aww.
They all exit stage left, and Rachel comes back from the bathroom having removed her dress and is now wearing nothing but a lace nightie. Rachel searches for a place to be properly seductive to wait for Josh, but she starts to sit on the piano, but the keys make noise, so that's out. Then she heads for the couch. She tries to sit and lay in a way that is both seductive and yet funny for the audience, but will also get by the standards and practices board. It's a real fine line, and you can totally see her thong.
Adam! You can totally see her thong.
Yeah. So Josh comes in from the kitchen and sees Rachel all scantily clad as she says,
hi, you.
And Josh, he goes, OMG. And then Rachel brags in a weird way, I know, I can do more than cook.
I can put on a nightie.
Yeah. Then the parents walk in, and everybody reacts to the situation that has just unfolded before us. And Mr. Bergen wastes no time saying, I like her, she seems smart.
Sounds like what Chandler would say.
And we fade to commercial and come back as Joshua uncomfortably groans like a rooster is watching him. Rachel, my parents. And Rachel tries to play it cool, saying, oh, it's nice to meet you, as they all mutter hellos with stunned looks up on their faces. And Mrs. Bergen explains to her son, well, Josh, that $500 was for groceries.
So mean.
Rachel's panicking, but she tries to concoct a lie. What? No. That is not, see. Okay.
Bad start.
I work in fashion. See, and this is actually a real dress. They're all wearing it in Milan.
Come on, Rach, you can do it.
Part of my job is to wear the clothes and then I see how people respond. And then I report back to my superiors at HQ, obviously in this case.
And she grabs a pen and a paper as to not forget.
Well, of course. Rachel will report back, USA, I'm not ready.
Especially amongst rich prudes that hate Europe.
Right. And Mrs. Bergen suggests, well, maybe in L.A.
Yes.
Yeah. Josh gives a there you go, probably in hopes that this will end soon, because I'm sure he's not loving this situation.
No.
But the perv Mr. Bergen asks, so have you kids eaten yet?
This was almost my favorite line, too.
And Rachel blunders, well, we're going to do that after. I mean, next. And Mr. Bergen suggests, well, we are starving. Why don't we all go get something to eat? And Rachel is unable to say true things while nervous, so she goes, yeah, no use wasting this baby lying around the house. Mr. Bergen wants to confirm. So we go eat. You'll wear that, and we'll be eating. And, of course, you'll be wearing that.
Yep, that's Chandler's dad.
And Mrs. Bergen should step in and say, you're not eating anywhere near that.
Oh, Joshua could help her. No, Dad, we're going to go play in my room.
Ew, Joe.
Video games. All right, we're back at Chandler and Joey's, and Chandler is looking for a new name in Phoebe's book of names.
Okay.
Joey's apologizing. Dude, I'm sorry about what I said. Chandler shouts, no, you're right. It's a ridiculous name. Joey goes, it's not that bad. Chandler argues, yes, it is. From now on, I have no first name. So you're just Bing? I have no name. Phoebe asks, all right, so what are we supposed to call you? Chandler muses and then says, okay, for now, temporarily, you can call me Clint.
No.
Joey laughs. No way you are cool enough to pull off Clint. I gotta agree. Besides Clint Eastwood, who is uber cool, the only other Clint I know is Howard. Fine actor, not the same caliber.
Right, but that kind of splits the coolness of the name Clint.
Chandler asks, okay, so what name am I cool enough to pull off?
Shaggy?
Phoebe offers, Gene.
Oh, there's cool people named Gene.
Gene Hackman.
Jane Kelly.
That's it. That's all I know.
Gene Belcher.
Gene Belcher's cool. Phoebe, Chandler shouts, it's Clint, it's Clint. And he heads for his bedroom. Joey yells, see you later, Gene. Phoebe goes, bye, Gene. Chandler shouts again, it's Clint, it's Clint. Joey asks, what's up with Gene?
Gene, the dancing machine.
That's right. What show was that on? The Gong Show.
The Gong Show.
Gong Show.
All right, Central Perk. Rachel is there with Phoebe and Monica, recounting her night out with Joshua and his parents. And Monica asks, so you wore your nightie to dinner? And Rachel tells how the best part was when the waiter spilled water down my back, and I jumped up, and my boob popped out. The gals gasp, and unfazed, Rachel says, no, it's all right. I got nice boobs. I think we're all in agreement there. I can see Esmeralda and Reginald in the perk, but no Cornelius.
Oh, I haven't seen Cornelius in a while.
Yeah. So Ross comes from the phone area in the back saying, so I just picked up a message from Emily. She and Susan are going to a poetry reading together. And Rachel's like, so? It's not like Susan wore lingerie to dinner.
We don't know. We weren't there.
Ross is like, so? Poetry? Susan's gay. They're being gay together. I think it takes a little more than poetry there, Ross. And Monica explains Emily's straight. Ross yells, oh, wake up. And then he sits down, and there's another fun moment that we get to see because they expanded the frame of the
widescreen.
Yeah, when Ross sits there, there's an extra on the edge of the frame, standing by the coffee counter, waiting for his cue to start moving. And he is very still and awkward. Just as he sits down, and then the next time he's kind of moving because his cue came up.
Oh, that's funny.
And Phoebe exclaims, wow, Carol really messed you up. And Ross is like, excuse me? And Phoebe explains, she turned you into this untrusting, crazy, jealous sycophant. So close, Phoebes. She admits, all right, I don't know what a sycophant means, but the rest is right. Just a heads up, a sycophant is like a suck-up, like those weird little posses that rich people have.
Oh, yeah.
Those are all sycophants. Ross is befuddled, though. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not a crazy, jealous person. But this all makes sense to Rachel, who lets out a, she's totally right. When we were together, you got all freaked out about Mark, and there was nothing going on. Monica adds, yeah, it totally makes sense. And Ross goes, it does not. And I think we all know Mark was a lech.
Yeah, he showed his true colors there.
But Monica points out that it does make sense. In high school, you weren't jealous at all, even though all of your girlfriends were cheating on you. Aww. So Phoebe tallies the math. All right, so up until 92, 93, he was very trusting. Then 94, Carol left him, and bam, Paranoid City. And Rachel's in full agreement. Absolutely, absolutely. And Monica remarks, this is so much fun. And Ross disagrees. This is not fun. Monica explains, as you would a child. Look, all we're trying to say here is that don't let what happened with Carol ruin what you got with Emily like you did with Rachel. And Phoebe states, yeah, 92 Ross wouldn't. And Ross admits, well, I still think I was right about the whole Mark thing. And Rachel, annoyed, says, you know what? I hope Emily is a lesbian.
We're back at Chandler and Joey's. Phoebe is showing off more of her drum skills to Joey by rubbing one of the sticks back and forth across the drum and points out, drum roll.
No.
Chandler enters and says, okay, all right, help me. Am I a Mark or a John?
Mark? Come on, writers, you just mentioned him. There's a name book right there.
And Joey goes, nah, you're not tall enough to be a Mark, but you might make a good Barney.
Oh.
Chandler says, all right, look, I'm serious, okay? Tomorrow at 3:30, I'm going down to the courthouse. Phoebe goes, you're actually going through with this? Chandler says, hey, look, this name has been holding me back my entire life, okay? It's probably why kids picked on me in school, why I never do well with women. So as of 4 o'clock tomorrow, I'm either going to be Mark Johnson or John Markson. And again, in TV land, all that stuff happens really fast because we had to go to court to change the girl kid's name legally.
Yep.
And you have to put it in the paper for 30 days to make sure that you're not trying to get out of something. Though, even though she was only in 2nd grade and 8 years old, we had to take out an ad in the paper and put that she was going to legally change her name. And if no one contested it, then we could go to court and change it. So, but he made it sound like you could just walk down there, change your name, and nothing.
Right. You could just change your name to Crap Bag and be over with.
That's right. So Phoebe stands up and shouts, you got problems because of you, not your name. All right, this has got to stop. Chandler is a great name. In fact, yes. Joey, I'm sorry. I know you really wanted me to name the baby Joey, but I'm gonna name the baby Chandler. Chandler is pleased. Really? Yeah, but you have to keep the name too. Chandler goes, okay, thanks. Phoebe goes, okay. Chandler goes, you want to hug it out? And they hug. Then they both, yay. Phoebe says, yay, yay. Okay, I got to go tell Frank and Alice right now. Chandler goes, okay, bye, Phoebes. She grabs her coat and runs out. Okay, bye. She exits, and after the door is closed, Chandler turns to Joey and goes, ha, 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 ha. Joey goes, oh, and realizes the whole thing was a trick to get Phoebe to name the baby Chandler.
Yep.
Take a bow, Mr. Perry.
Okay. So at the Stinger, we're at the airport. The studio must have said, we'll build you an airport set, but you have to use it every fucking episode.
We can't waste all this money.
So Carol and Ross are waiting for their significant others, but a gorgeous woman walks by, and they both turn to watch her go. And Carol bites her lip all sexy. Ross just says, nice luggage. And Carol adds, oh yeah, I was going to say. And then enter Emily and Susan. There are haze and hugs, and Emily tells Ross, hey, I missed you. I mean, she's just flying back and forth.
I know. Where's this money coming from?
Ross, finally feeling better, says, oh, I missed you too. And Susan tells Emily, thanks for everything. I had such a great time. And Emily admits, so did I. And the gals hug and give each other a little peck on the cheek. And Ross remarks to Carol, no tongue. And gives her like a little thumbs up. It's a good sign.
They didn't make out in front of us.
Right.
And that's it.
That's the end of the episode. Cut and print.
All right, we're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back.
All right, look, I'm serious, okay? Tomorrow at 3:30, I'm going down to the courthouse.
You're actually going through with this?
Hey, look, this name has been holding me back my entire life, okay? It's probably why kids picked on me in school, and why I never do well with women, and why my dad does the drag show in Vegas, and my mom sleeps with younger guys and writes romance novels. So as of 4 o'clock tomorrow, I'm either going to be Mark Johnson or John Markson.
You got problems because of you, not your name. All right, this has got to stop. Chandler is a great name. In fact, yes. I'm sorry. I know you really wanted me to name the baby Joey, but I'm going to name the baby Chandler.
Really?
Yeah, but you have to keep the name too.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
You want to hug it out?
Yeah. Yay.
Yay.
Yay, yay. Okay, I'm going to go tell Frank and Alice right now.
Okay.
Ooh.
Bye, Phoebes.
Okay, bye.
Ha ha ha!
Oh! All right, we're back.
We are back.
What did you learn from this episode?
Joe, you tell me what you learned.
Chandler can be sneaky and manipulative.
Yeah.
Pretending to hate his name to see if he could get Phoebe to name the baby after him and not Joey.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think Joey took it too far, and he was like, wait, if we're doing that.
Right. If you're going to say my name is horrible, it's a non-name, I'm going to really fuck with you.
Right. As a matter of fact, I was thinking of, I think they've already decided they wanted to girl baby to be?
Chandler?
Chandler.
Oh, okay. So they had to think of a way.
So they had him be super tricky about it so that,
that's awesome.
Doubly bad.
That's probably true. So what did you learn?
I learned that Alice is a glutton for punishment. Why even ask another buffet to name your child? No thanks. She's lucky Chandler tricked Phoebe.
That's true.
Who knows what she could have ended up with.
What are your final thoughts of this episode?
I think it would have been fun if Susan and Emily had gotten together and Carol and Ross would have gotten married and divorced again. I mean, how many divorces do we think Ross has now in 2025? I think double digits. Him and Rachel definitely have been married like 3 or more times.
I actually knew someone that got married, got divorced, got married again, got divorced, and got back together. They didn't get married a third time, but they kept going back together. It's crazy.
Well, it happens.
It does, yeah.
You know, as much as they like to do that to Ross, you think you would.
Yeah. My final thought is that lady at the airport, she did have nice luggage.
Oh, my goodness.
If I didn't say it, you were going to say it.
Oh. And, everybody knows what that means because her luggage was bad. She had horrible luggage.
It was horrible. It was that tapestry luggage. It was so 80s.
Tapestry fabric luggage.
Very bad.
No, thank you.
No. What's our sweater vest tracker?
Well, I was kind of hoping for one this time.
Yeah.
But none. So we're still holding at 2 for the season.
Right. And our Magnadoodle tracker, the Magnadoodle says work with a circle around and line crossing it out, so no work.
Yep.
So what was our rating for this episode?
The rating was 8.1 out of 10 stars with 5,200 ratings.
All right.
So
not bad.
Yeah.
We had a couple people write in.
Okay.
2 Michelles.
2 Michelles.
Michelle R. and Michelle B. Yeah. And then a Susan T. wrote in. Yeah. So Michelle R. said, favorite moment when Phoebe looks at Ross and apropos of seemingly nothing says, yeah, I definitely don't like the name Ross. Ross goes, what a weird way to kick me when I'm down.
The look on his face was like, oh.
And her favorite line is Joshua's dad when he sees Rachel and he goes, I like her. She seems smart. Yeah. And then Michelle TB says her favorite line is, it's okay, I got nice boobs. To which she added, I wish I had that confidence. And then Susan T wrote a full, kind of review. So
okay.
She said, Ross is hilarious. His jealousy about Emily and Susan was done just perfectly. I love the scene where he even makes Carol worry, and it freaks him out even more. And where he tells the girls that Susan and Emily are being gay together, after which Phoebe analyzes how Carol made him all paranoid.
Right.
The date of Rachel and Josh had lots of fun moments as well. First of all, the fact that he's scared of farm birds. And of course, Rachel facing his parents in her quote-unquote dress. Just couldn't understand why they left Joshua $500 for groceries. He doesn't seem as if he lives off of his parents.
No, like I said, I thought it sounded weird too. That we put $500 on the counter like you're a teenager and we're going out for a couple days.
We did that once with the boy kid and he spent it all in one night. Yeah. She also liked Phoebe selecting a name for the child and Joey and Chandler competing for it was fun, especially since Chandler ended up going with I hate my name route to convince Phoebe to choose it instead of saying how great it is.
Right.
Smart move.
Smart move.
Because he knew Phoebe would feel bad and want to name the baby after
exactly.
him. So, all right. Well, thanks, Michelle R, Michelle TB, and Susan T for your reviews. We appreciate it.
RTBT.
What's next week's episode?
The one with all the haste.
Oh, okay.
Ross makes Emily an offer she can't refuse. And Monica and Rachel steal their apartment back from Chandler and Joey.
I do love that. Are you ready for some
maladjusted content?
I am ready.
All right. So yesterday I took off work and we went to the zoo for the girl kid's birthday.
Yes.
And we walked and walked and walked and walked and walked in 90-degree heat.
Yep. Always fun.
Yeah.
Always a good time.
But we got to see manatees, and that was fun because
Yeah.
there was quite a few babies.
Right.
And they're big, bulbous, big seal manatee looking things, but they were so cute.
Yeah. They're very cute.
And the Tasmanian devil was cute. And I got to feed the giraffes, my favorite animal. That was fun. And the girl kid had a good time. It was her birthday.
Yeah. That's why we went to she loves the zoo.
Yep. So every year since she's been past her teens, what do you do with a kid, who's special needs, who still wants to celebrate their birthday like they're 10 years old?
Right.
So we take her to a different zoo. So that's what we did this year. And then we also watched Sinners. Well, you had seen Sinners before.
Right.
And you were like, you would like it.
Yeah.
And you said, they're opening up a juke joint like they did in The Color Purple, which is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
So I watched it. It was good. It was really good. It's obviously a gross vampire movie, but it was really good.
Right.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I had a good time. So we started watching a new series. I had watched season 1 and 2, but neither one of us have seen 3 or 4.
Right.
So we started season 1 to watch it together, and that's The Bear.
Yeah, The Bear.
It's good, but it is very anxious ridden because they yell a lot.
Right, and all those close-ups.
Yeah.
A lot of close-ups on that. Like face shots.
Yeah. Well, they're
not
really
a tight close-up.
getting the expressions of the character because, what's his name? Carmi doesn't say a whole lot. Like, if you notice, everyone else talks a lot.
Right.
And he doesn't say a whole lot, so you have to read his face. That's why. You're like, sure.
Okay. It's very good.
Yeah, it is good. Anything else we watched or saw or did or?
Not that I remember.
You ready to wrap it up?
Yep.
All right. We are so glad you stumbled across our podcast. If you're enjoying it, please share it with other friends, fans.
Yeah, or maybe rate it and or leave a review.
And if you want to contribute your thoughts or reactions to the podcast, like Michelle R., Michelle TB, or Susan T.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Pick your favorite episode, send us your musings, and we'll share them on that episode.
Yeah, we'd like to hear from even more of you misfits out
That's
there.
right. You can email us at themaladjustedmisfits@gmail.com.
Or we're hosted on Buzzsprout. If you'd like to help us with costs, visit our page and click that donate button. You can also send us fan mail through Buzzsprout. Lots of ways to talk to us. Donate, email, or send us fan mail, and we'll give you a shout out.
That's right. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. You can follow the links in the show notes. The pages are called
The one where we talk about friends.
Also, don't forget we have a store on TeePublic. If you have a friend shirt you've always wanted us, send us your idea.
Yeah. Joe, you ready for a cup of coffee?
Always. You think about it.